Done there? Done opening the fucking chips? You know, because this makes for a great podcast.
Can I have one?
Can I have another?
You can have Benny.
You can have some mecos. That's why my alcohol tastes a little thick when Roger makes it. Put some mecos.
Fucking mecos.
Animal.
What? Why? We want to waste electricity.
Yeah, come on, man.
Burn the air to your TV.
But seriously. Oh, wait, TV's on? Yeah. Eli, could you please? Thank you.
Yeah, just turn off the controller. The TV.
He folds it over. Well, it's no longer under me.
Controller.
All right, so welcome
Hold
to
on the
another.
button, like for a long time, and then trust me,
Dude, the I button. Dude. The
Press the I button.
No, like that's serious. It takes a little bit of time.
Good
but it
choice
won't
on
be
the
enough.
Hot Funyuns.
Also, has Christopher Nolan Rogers done anything lately?
He's always doing stuff. Yeah. Usually, why were he?
You know what's actually really tasty to eat is
I'll give you that one, Roger. It's really good.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Well, There It Is, where we talk about our approximate knowledge of many geeky things. Tonight there are 4 of us with 1 fact checker, which would make 6 of us. I'm just kidding. Nobody got that. Only he got it. I'm Caesar.
Roger.
This is John.
So,
We're missing the usual Daniel Chan, but he wasn't.
Chan is not with us.
Chan.
Chan. Look at Chan.
he volunteered to tribute for tonight.
He did.
Yes, he did.
All
And
right.
for that, we thank him.
Haven't done it in 3 weeks, but here we are again, as usual.
There was content, right?
To be fair, well, yeah, exactly. There wasn't a whole lot of news happening in the past.
Shit was dry, guys.
Yeah.
Throw us a bone.
But hey, at least, consider us, because we don't do that clickbait shit where we do a podcast where literally bullshit about nothing.
When we do insert BuzzFeed every once in a while, but we
That's
not
different.
endorse
There we go.
BuzzFeed.
That's
We
different.
do not endorse BuzzFeed.
In
And the
any-
Lester willing to pay us.
Yeah, I'm totally open up for collaboration.
Man's got to get ahead in life, Got to pay the bills.
Man's gotta get head.
And a man's
That's
gotta
true.
get
That's
ahead of life.
All right, so how you guys been? Good?
I've been
Bad? Ugly?
living, life.
Yeah.
Perfect.
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 Okay, can't complain. Going to a Laker game tomorrow? Definitely can't complain.
Oh, I would.
Caesar has a nice new table. Really like
Oh, it is
no
fan-
wibbly wobbly.
Fantastic.
We are no longer on a boat.
I never thought of it that way, but
We are no longer rocking for these segments.
All right, so in the past, since we last did a podcast, we had a Daredevil trailer come out, official trailer. Comes out, next week?
Wait, isn't
No,
the
no,
series
comes
out
out-
like in 2 weeks?
Comes out in 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
The series
2
comes
weeks,
out in
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
All right, 2
A day
weeks.
before my birthday.
All right, and we saw a new trailer. It looks badass. What I like about this trailer is that it focused more on Elektra and than the Punisher, because all the other ones were like to get you hyped up
Yeah.
for the Punisher. And we saw a costume change.
Slight
I
cut.
can go either way
Yeah.
with the costume change. They're whatever.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, focus more on Elektra. I thought that was pretty cool. But in the comics, she doesn't go, and they were pretty accurate on this with the Ben Affleck when she went from just a regular assassin chick. Then she died, and then she became Elektra,
Yeah.
so that was pretty accurate. I don't know how they're going to do that this time.
Maybe
I
they
have a
will.
question. Have they confirmed who the villain is this season?
Well, Punisher is like a anti-hero.
I'm assuming they team up like halfway through
Yeah.
the season, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if I see at some point Vincent D'Onofrio's make another appearance.
Oh,
in
of
it.
course.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. Like, I'm just wondering who the actual villain is this season.
Yeah, that's true.
They made us. Yeah, exactly. It's the hand.
Oh, that's
Remember
right.
they made
that's
a
right.
statement.
Yeah, in that trailer,
Yeah.
it showed to the hand.
Thank you, Eli.
Fact checker.
Fact check.
Fact checker here.
Fact checker.
Fact checker.
But yeah, I'm obviously looking really forward to it. We will
Wait.
do a review.
But the hand, they have to do with
Ninja
Iron
Turtles.
Fist.
Iron Fist.
Oh no, that's the foot.
This is the perfect time to introduce, right?
Wait, sorry, I was say it again.
The
The hand has
to
to do with Iron Fist.
Oh yes,
Yes.
they do.
They better fucking introduce the goddamn character for once.
Yeah.
They most likely will.
They better, since they already announced the casting. Just
Oh,
fucking
oh,
introduce
oh,
them.
really? You're gonna complain about they better? I'm still waiting for a Hal Jordan to appear in the flarrowverse. Really? They better?
Apples and oranges.
Apples and oranges, Roger.
Well, to go on that, because Daredevil was the first series, the Marvel series, they left a shitload of not only Easter eggs but like open interpretation. What do they call them? Not loopholes, but like open-ended. Like for example, when Madame Gao, her little logo, that's Iron Fist logo. So they left it open, like, hey, you directors or producers or whoever, hey, here you go.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to introduce a goddamn character.
No, that's true. Like I was hoping, cross my fingers to see Daredevil in Jessica Jones,
But it didn't happen.
So
You know, you're right.
You saw Rosario Dawson. So
We did.
So that
We
made
did.
it relevant that they're in the same world. But
Yeah.
no,
I think
Yeah.
that's
They
probably the extent we're going to see of any crossover
yeah,
stuff.
sadly,
is-
yeah.
You're not wrong. I wish they would do more because they could. It's not a movie, you know. Like, take the risk.
I think what they're waiting for is everything that's set up. Maybe
I'm not gonna
on their own,
lie.
and then maybe start looping characters.
I'm not gonna lie. In the scene, I forgot how many episodes we were into Jessica Jones when she was incarcerated. And she made bail.
We
For
all-
like a split
yeah.
second, I was waiting to see
yeah.
Matt Murdock
We
instead of
all
David
wanted-
Tennant to be there. Yeah.
We all wanted
He's
that.
like,
to
I want a
happen.
lawyer, and then like, or I want to change my lawyer because you suck, and then freaking Matt Murdock walks in.
We
I was
all
waiting for
wanted
that, yeah.
We all wanted.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
But you know, let us not digress.
Yeah. So yeah, perfect segue onto the casting for Iron Fist, which is now confirmed as Finn Jones from the Sword Swallower in.
Hoy, why you gotta ruin
Damn,
it?
odds, man.
That's one way to do it.
And we just lost
half our audience.
some LGBT.
We didn't lose
audience.
Saul, so I mean, we're okay, right?
Exactly. If we don't lose him, we're good.
You're right. I have an open mind on like some people.
I think that it's interesting casting for that. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see that.
Yeah, I think it's a solid casting. Danny Rand. I don't know why his name always sticks out in my mind.
Danny Rand.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Daniel Rand in the comics. That's him.
I was a little surprised. I mean, you know, because he kind of plays an effeminate character in Game of Thrones, and that's what he's known
That's true.
for. So I was surprised when they came to that regard. I'm not judging it like a lot. I mean, I think it could work definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, when they first announced people to be like any role, I'm like,
That's
I don't
true.
know. I don't know. But then
I
I
have,
actually watch
I have
it.
doubt. I have doubt. But then I remember, it's Marvel.
Yeah.
It's the MCU.
Yeah.
They do a really good
yeah.
job with their casting. So I'll wait till it comes out. I know there was a lot of controversy with people wanting them to, you know, cast a Asian American
Yeah.
actor. And I agree. Look, at like I said, don't get me wrong. Don't have a problem with the casting. It would have been awesome to see that, but at the same time, I'm okay. I'm not mad. I'm okay with the
Danny
casting.
Rand is American, though. That's the thing. That's
the
why I'm
thing.
okay with it.
I know.
They're from
Like I
the
said,
get-go.
there is nothing wrong. I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with it. So that's my take on that.
Yeah, like I thought he was pretty good. Like at first, I thought, who is this guy?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Exactly.
the guy.
I had
from
that first
Game
thought
of
too
Thrones.
initially.
Loris Tyrell.
Loris, or as Simon would say, Terrell.
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 Tyrell.
But yeah, I liked it. There has been no officially confirmed like scheduling date for when it takes place. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be after Luke Cage because we already know who Luke Cage is. We
Yeah.
kind of know his backstory type of thing. So
I'm so happy that it's actually going to be a show of its own. Like, I hated the fact that in between the Jessica Jones coming out and Daredevil season 2, there was skepticism of, we may or may not make a standalone Iron Fist show. He may just be added on as part of it. I like the fact that they actually stuck
But that's
by
how I
the
feel
fact.
about Luke Cage. I feel like he should not have his own standalone.
really.
I don't find him that whole interesting. From what I've seen, I don't read the comics.
That's
FYI.
No,
but-
he's as interesting as you think he is.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a whole
Yeah,
lot of
that's what I'm saying. Like, out of both him, about Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage,
Yeah.
Luke Cage is the least interesting out of the three so far. I
Yeah.
could be wrong. Like I said, they can blow me away. Maybe.
I think the majority would agree.
The only way it would work for Luke Cage, personally, I think, would be if it were like a pre-thing to him meeting Jessica
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah.
That's
That'd
the
be cool.
only way it would work.
Yep.
That'd
Like,
be
just
cool.
as like a one-season thing just to show and introduce the character.
Yep.
Would work.
Anything that takes place afterwards.
Yeah, no,
That's
that
right,
would be
'cause he went
unnecessary.
into hiding, right? Or like
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about him meeting her in general.
That's what I'm
How
saying.
did he
His
obtain
wife
his abilities?
or
Well, that's what I'm
His
saying though. Like,
abilities, yeah.
remember he kind of like kept himself
Yeah.
low key for a reason. So
Yeah.
who knows who he interacted with or while he was exploring. So yeah.
I agree with Roger though. It would only work as a prequel,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
which means we still want to see Matt Murdock or any tie-in.
That's true. Oh, I'll settle for that if they do put like fully envelop them across. What do they call it?
Yeah. Okay. So
You
if
know
they
what,
make me
there
like
you
the
go,
character a little more,
Yeah.
because so far I'm still iffy. Like, he only works as a side character.
Mm-hmm.
All right, keeping it in the Marvel verse, sort of. Ant-Man had a new costume change. This is like super minor, but that's pretty much.
I mean,
I didn't see it. What was it? Was it
Just
that drastic?
the helmet.
No.
The helmet,
is really
it's more defined,
like
more
modern.
updated. It's definitely not. It definitely took out the retro '70s aspect that they had during that Cold War theme, which was when that was the thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, every single superhero has an update and wardrobe in every single movie.
That's
But
true.
no one like Captain Puerto Rico did.
I agree. That
He's
is
the most
his
pronounced. He's the most
ugliest-
pronounced.
The ugliest costume ever.
Like, the fuck?
And it had a debut
Wait,
in
wait.
Avengers.
And they had
Okay,
to be
in
exactly.
Avengers, you're right. He had the worst costume.
Yep.
Mhm.
I liked his original costume.
His original costume was legit. His
Yeah.
costume in Winter Soldier was
Soldier.
legit. It was
In-
just
yeah, in
that
Avengers.
one, the
Yep.
Captain Puerto Rico costume.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with that, but yeah, it was too loud, too bold. Anyways,
Maybe it was too American.
Oye, mijo, que te digo que soporta América, vos. That's what I said.
Boss.
well, they are American territory, but
Actually, yeah.
semantics.
Semantics.
The other day I shipped something. I asked the post office guy. I was like, "Hey, what the heck? What state is VI?" He's like, "That's not a state. It's Virgin Islands." I'm like, "Oh shit,
Yeah,
I
Virgin
forgot."
Islands.
Yeah.
Venereal. Oh no, that's
Venereal. No, he's not wrong. Venereal infection.
What's on
Oh
your
yeah,
mind?
venereal infection.
It's called an STI.
STS.
That's a more, classy way to say
But
it.
to be fair, I'm sure they have a lot.
See, we're all health
NBI.
conscious, man.
NBI, I'm
we
sure
know.
they
We're like,
have-
no.
In VI, I'm sure they have a lot of those.
Yeah,
To be fair,
you're probably right.
and we just lost all our VI.
Virgin Islands.
Speaking about that Ant-Man thing, the only thing
Oh.
that I didn't like, well, not about the
Just the
Ant-Man
whole
suit.
thing?
It's not about the Ant-Man suit itself. Is the fact that with that, when the pops came out, it came out as a huge spoiler that it's guaranteed, confirmed that Giant Man is gonna be in Civil War.
So what's wrong with
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Like I would have liked the surprise behind it, like the fact that they released it as a
No,
pop
no.
is like an
Compare-
annoying guarantee behind it.
Go ahead.
Compare it to like Batman vs Superman spoilers. Like, that's not really a spoiler. Like,
No,
like, it's
well,
like,
that's that. Well,
like, you know what I'm saying? It's not really like, okay, he's gonna turn into Giant Man. We still have no idea how that's gonna happen though. So.
okay, true. But to be fair, like, so many toys have spoiled, like, their production line have
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
spoiled
true.
movies.
Yeah,
Like, not just
exactly.
like in this superhero world. But
You're right, but I don't see it as
Like-
a disappointment. Like, oh my god, like.
No, like it's like the same aspect of introducing Doomsday, which I can go down a rabbit hole. But just the simple introduction mean that they already showed the reason why they're gonna stop fighting each other. It's gonna be like the same semantics for Civil War in the sense that this is gonna be a trump card on Cap's side because he's gonna turn into Giant Man. He's gonna be a powerful thing to deal with.
I don't agree with that. I don't think that's the case at all for that. I don't know. I just don't
I can
understand.
see. I can see.
I don't
it being
understand your view.
I
like,
see it
on-
being as a turning point, the same way I do with Doomsday in the film.
I don't know. I don't see that happening.
I have to agree with Lorenzo on this one, actually. Yeah,
It's
I don't
not
see that as a big turning point.
remember before The Force Awakens came out, there was it felt very clickbaity, but I'm pretty sure it was true that they're saying pretty much the same exact topic that we're talking about, which is like, hey, spoiler toy, spoils part of the movie and story. Did you guys know what that is? Looking back
I
at it,
never
have no
read
idea.
the articles.
I didn't read it obviously because
That
I didn't want
was
to
you-
spoil it for
you
myself.
preached, yeah, remember
You are
you-
the only man who clicked on anything
No,
before those movies came out.
No, I didn't. I purposely did not want to spoil anything for myself.
I remember that.
So, but it said, this toy action figure, blah blah blah, coming out before the movie spoils the movie
I think
because it
maybe it was-
reveals a key.
maybe it was.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was
BB.
Ray with a lightsaber. Yeah,
Yeah, Ray lightsaber BB. I'm pretty sure it was that toy.
which I have.
But I mean, we all pretty much knew. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's. big
Actually, I
spoilers.
didn't.
No
Like,
one knew that.
I didn't know
No
that.
one
Like,
knew.
I was surprised. I
That
thought
was
the whole time.
That was the most beautiful thing about
Yeah.
that movie was that everyone from
time.
anticipation
Finn.
from
You're
all the
like, oh,
previous
Finn.
it was like Finn is
Finn.
gonna have the
Finn.
force. Finn is strong with the force. Finn is this.
To
Finn
be
is
fair,
that.
he did pick up the.
And then
same-
afterwards
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
like
Oh,
Ray.
Ray is
True.
the main
That's very true, yeah.
protagonist. Yeah. All right, so it had to have been that the lightsaber.
Yeah, I think it had to
toy,
be that. Yeah. Good thing I didn't click there.
exactly.
Exactly.
I'd have been so upset. Like, fuck, she got the lightsaber. Damn. What's your opinion on that though? Before we jump off of that.
Well, pretty much, like, I remember, I can't remember, I want to say Jurassic Park or World. I didn't really care for, like, spoiling it either for either movie. But I remember seeing a toy of it, like, the villain, and I'm like, we don't even know, like, the previews say, obviously don't mention it or nothing, and this is obviously before the internet was big.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird. And then watching the movie, I'm like, this, like, I predicted this thing or villain or plot
Yeah.
twist is going to happen because the toy action figure was already out. It's like, I mean, I was a kid, I didn't care as much back then, but I remember they've been doing this since a long time.
But I mean,
What
yeah.
do you?
I don't know, I'm kind of like,
Well, do you? My question is, do you think that it's going to impact like the giant man's gonna have an impact the way Roger feels that it is. That
Probably
it's, to a
if-
point of it's like
if-
such a big spoiler.
like Roger was saying, if let's say the plot is leading up, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I'm watching a movie, I'm be like, okay, what time marker are we at? We started at, let's say, 7 o'clock. Okay, it's a 2.5 hour movie. If it's getting close to 9:30, like, all right, it's gonna start wrapping up, and you
Yeah.
feel it too, like the tone,
Yeah.
the tone in the movie changes. And if by like I said, there's 30 minutes left in the movie, and there's a big action scene, like Roger said, there's a big trump card. Oh, giant man's gonna come out any second, so
Yep,
you kind of
exactly.
spoil it for yourself.
So do you think it is gonna be? That's what my question is. Like I'm not saying if it has the potential of it, but do you think it's gonna be like that? This is such a big spoiler that
If you're super hardcore, mega into the details, yeah.
Let me put
Wait.
it from the Ray
Oh,
aspect.
right.
Let me put it from the Ray aspect comparison. We all had that beautiful, like, enlightening moment when we realized that Ray was actually the main protagonist of the film because she was the one that was strong with the Force.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the same. It could be the same comparison with the giant man thing. Just like that little like element of surprise that just gives you like a smile on your face. Like that spoils it with like toys being released from that aspect and stuff.
And now to bring that into consideration, and I'm going to move the subject a little bit here, so bear with me. Toys. Now, toys are also one of the biggest things that follow a movie. Agreed? Are we
Yes.
all in agreement here?
Yes.
So
I think I know where you're going with this, but continue.
let's move on to the next thing. What are the odds that the next Batman movie, standalone Batman movie, will be rated R?
How the
How
fuck?
the hell did you go from toys to that?
it's a little crazy, guys. Just follow me.
Bear
I'm
with
gonna
me,
go
bear
way the
with me.
fuck off topic here.
I know, but the thing is, I do not think the next Batman movie, the next standalone Batman movie,
okay.
will be rated R. Why? Simply because of merchandise.
Okay, all right. Now you made the
Oh,
connection.
okay, that makes
All
sense.
right, yeah, I was waiting. I was like, where is it?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
Toys.
Now, to be
You-
fair though, hold on though, is the same argument could have been made before Deadpool, and it's like
But Deadpool,
No.
Deadpool does not have like a kid range
that's
thing.
all right.
Batman does.
Not only that, but Deadpool is something that Fox literally just freaking
They took a gamble.
farted and
Yeah.
came out of their ass, and they were like,
Exactly.
"Oh, you know what?
Gold came out.
This can't hurt us any worse than we're already hindered.
Literally
If
a
anything
Hail
could
Mary.
help,
Yeah.
just
Literally a Hail
throw
Mary.
it out, do this,
See what
see
happens.
how it goes."
Yeah, but Batman.
You can't do that for a name brand character.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Yeah.
can't do that for a franchise.
Batman. Like, as much as we would look, I would wish that the next Batman movie would be rated R. I would enjoy it, but think about the studio. You know, like, they want to make money. And besides movie money, toy money.
Yeah.
Any type of advertisement that sells to kids in general.
Exactly.
Yeah. We kind of talked about this last time, right? Like how we before Deadpool, like we predicted, or predicted that like now that if Deadpool does well, other movies will be rated R. And
Yeah.
that was my exact argument. Said no, never, unless they're super like a Punisher style where their character is that. Where they won't do it because money, because it won't appeal to as many people, merchandise, toys, etc., etc. So that's why I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
This is
Well,
the
I think it really hangs on like what they're gonna do with Batman releasing
Yeah.
the rated R version. I
Yeah.
guess you would say on the Blu-ray.
Uh-huh.
I think it just really depends on that too.
That would be
Like,
I disagree.
I think it's a big factor. The toys for sure. Like I never considered that before.
any
like
type
with
of
the toy.
merchandise in general.
But
Right,
that's the
right,
thing you
but-
have to consider.
Well, I mean, considering it now, that's why I'm bringing it up. Like, I'm considering it now, but I still think the other thing is an option as well. Like, but I think
So it's kind of like
more the more driving point is the money. Like, if it's gonna sell like the toys are gonna sell money, then they're gonna go with
It's
that.
kinda
And toys sell a lot of money.
It kind of like playing both sides. It's like you get to feed the hardcore people that want rated R,
Or
version,
you fill the
and-
masses and make a shit
Now,
ton of
here's the
money.
thing.
So like,
Do
Yeah,
I
always
think
that way,
Zack
yeah.
Snyder wants to make a rated R superhero movie? Yeah, that's
Oh,
why they have.
Snyder?
That's why they
Yes.
have that rated R movie. Do I think the studio wants to make a rated R movie? Probably
Yeah.
not.
No,
That's true.
because of the name
No.
behind it. Because
And
of the name
who's
behind
always going to win?
it. The studio?
The studio.
because they pay him.
Yeah,
And that's-
the studio will always. And then me and Roger are having this conversation. What would make a perfect rated R movie? Suicide Squad. Guess what's rated?
PG-13.
Why?
Because
Money,
it sells.
Hot topic. 2 words.
Yeah,
Hot
hot
topic.
topic.
You're not wrong.
It
You're
sells.
not wrong.
Yeah.
It sells.
But kids are gonna buy that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids are gonna want their Harley Quinns. They're gonna want their.
Yeah.
I almost threw up a little bit. They're
And-
gonna want their David Little Jokers. They're gonna want.
And
their
kids are not gonna want that if they can't watch the movie.
Yeah. Which, never mind. I was gonna go off the topic. No. Damn it! I had 2 topics and then both fucking brain farted. Sorry. Okay, here it was. It was that when Star Wars Episode 1 came out, they hit. I remember the fucking toy aisles like in Target, being like 2 or 3 aisles.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes.
Literally nothing but Star Wars toys. 2 or 3 aisles
Yes.
worth.
Yes.
Because they sell.
Yes, and they told the George Lucas, or I don't know if this is true or not, but they said, don't worry. Even if this movie fails, the money will more than make up
That's
for
what I'm
the
trying to put in
budget.
perspective. And for you guys, sales and merchandise
Oh, yeah.
make a big thing when it comes to it.
Mhm.
It's not just a movie. It's a franchise you're selling.
Yeah. But
A lot of people don't get that.
it is
Off
what it
of, off of that aspect alone, because of the fact that I believe through merchandise, through the fact that it is the second biggest name in DC short of Superman, which is literally
Yes.
sadly the only thing that franchise is relying on now, because of how Man of Steel 1 was and because of like the controversial things of this movie, it's impossible for that movie to be rated.
And so I kind of have to agree with what Caesar was saying earlier, where like, because I did, say like, oh, there's going to be a big uptick in rated R superhero movies, and there will be rated R superhero movies, but they won't be the main like stars. Like it'll be
Yeah.
like the lower like
Yeah.
caliber stars.
You want a DC character that you recently just familiarized yourself who could work for rated R? Lobo.
Lobo would make for a
Lobo
great,
would
yeah.
work beautifully for rated R.
But here's the thing: you'll never see a rated R Batman movie in theaters. You'll never see a rated R Superman movie. You'll never see rated R Justice League.
That's true.
Wow.
I'll be
They've,
throwing-
they've
no.
got too much to lose.
That's what I was agreeing. Like,
Oh.
well, because it's fucking Justice League.
Okay,
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry.
Damn,
But
bro,
here's the
chill.
thing: like people were like, "Oh, well, maybe they can make a rated R Star Wars movie."
No.
Hell
And
no.
Even if it's not the main story, they're not gonna make a rated R Boba Fett movie.
Sounds like clickbait to me.
Yeah,
No.
they're never. It's
Did
never gonna
BuzzFeed
happen.
write this?
Yeah, it's never
We
gonna
do not
happen.
endorse
Like
BuzzFeed.
as much as fans would like that, get over yourselves. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's the thing too. It's like the same thing happens in video games. It's like, oh well, I guess they don't want money. It's like no. Your little niche
Yes,
isn't enough. Isn't big
It's
enough.
not big
to,
enough.
to warrant that budget or whatever.
and that's what I'm saying. It's just
So-
people don't understand that. They
Yep.
can't see beyond themselves.
Yeah, it's very sad. Going back to one last Marvel note, and then we'll go back to DC. Is the Venom movie? They've been talking about rumors to fill in the hole that was left by the Spider-Man Sony standalone.
Oh, for
film.
God's sakes.
But then the deal was made, and so now.
Okay, how do I think a Batman? I'm sorry, Batman. A Venom movie would work. Agent Venom.
Agent Venom. Like we're talking Eddie Brock.
No,
Not Eddie Brock.
not
Flash
Guardians of
Thompson.
the
Oh,
Galaxy.
Flash Thompson. Yeah, you're talking about Flash Thompson.
Because
yeah.
look, we all know the main Venom storyline
Yeah, yeah.
at this point in time. Every person who's gonna watch a Venom movie knows the Venom storyline, and since there's no Spidey, there's no point in having that story. So start fresh, start new. I say do the Agent Venom.
Agent Venom. Okay.
Yeah.
See, literally a perfect transition to what we just finished talking about. I think that little, like you,
That would have to be
little
rated R.
tiny niche group isn't big
Yeah.
enough to
I
warrant,
agree.
that big.
Everyone wants to see.
Yeah, we
the
love to.
most appealing
Eddie
Yeah.
Brock
is
Venom.
Eddie
Yeah.
Brock Venom. Like we never really got that in the
Yeah.
cinematic universe. So
You're not wrong.
like, think that's an
Oh,
overwhelming.
Tropher Grace didn't satisfy you?
Oh, he was perfect. Perfect.
I'm just saying, look, you can't have that kind of Venom. Look, okay, here's my
that,
argument
Chad?
against that. Here's my argument against it. Like, you're right. It's most
Where's
likely
Chad?
gonna happen. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but story-wise, it would be terrible without Spidey.
Yes, it would.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't do what Fox does. Don't ruin franchises.
Yeah, this is the thing too. Like Fox's like universe is it's barely kind of taken off the ground.
Barely
It's
taking off the ground.
shaky.
It's already shaky as it is because they have a previous history and
Yeah,
a new history.
They fucked. Yeah,
They fucked each other.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
But
they,
that's
they
what I'm
fucked each
saying.
other
Yeah.
and had a baby called Deadpool.
That's what
Yes,
the end
that is
product of-
literally
But that's
what
what
it
I'm
Their
is.
saying.
fuckery.
Like Sony, like I get you. Sony wants to make money. I get that, but making an Eddie Brock Venom does not make sense if you're not going to include Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which they can't anymore because
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
officially MC.
Making an Agent Venom like franchise makes sense.
Flash Thompson
It's
would be
not-
the only
I don't think
logical
it's
sense behind it.
That's Lena.
She's here. When did she get here?
She's been here.
Oh, what?
Anyway, where do you think I took her food to?
I thought your cat.
All right, so going back to the DC, in the flarrowverse, I will let Roger take the small lead here. Zoom. I got here written down.
I'm
Um,
pretty intoxicated at this point in time, so you'll have to refresh my memory.
Zoom. I got.
Before the season ended,
Zoom, like
they were
PBS show?
I love that show.
Oh, good God. There's a DC character on PBS.
Jump into Zoom.
Zoom.
the way the Flash left off, they were escaping Earth 2.
Oh, that's right.
Zoom had Barry captured. He was able to phase through the wall at a different frequency because Earth 2 Barry was able
Talking
to...
about the mid-season finale?
Yeah, the mid-season. Okay. Well, oh, for God's sakes, DC. Which mid-season finale? The one before Christmas or the one that we're just experiencing right now? I don't know how they're working it right now. It's annoying. Anywho, because of Earth 2 Barry, he's a normal person. He's able to bring some sort of enlightenment into our Earth's Barry Allen, and because of that, he's able to escape Zoom's prison along with the characters in it. And the most pivotal thing about it is that it is right before, because they're able to close all the 52 portals, homage to the new 52, they're able to close all the portals so that Zoom can no longer get to Earth 1. But right before they close the last portal, Zoom is able to pretty much freaking phase through Jay Garrick and bring him back to his Earth. Pretty much Jay Garrick is dead from what they left off. And with the mid-season finale, what they left off is that you see the last scene, you see Zoom dropping out Jay Garrick at his feet. He's dead, and he pretty much takes off his mask, and long and behold, it's his doppelganger. It's like the same face. It is Jay Garrick who is Zoom. Really? That's pretty much what is revealed behind it.
I still feel bad for what's her name?
Oh, Caitlyn?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, just when she was trying to find hope, like
I mean,
that
this
happens.
is Caitlyn's life. She had a boyfriend. He died in the explosion.
Beyonce.
Yeah. He comes back. They get married. And he dies again, and then she falls in love with Jay Garrick.
Who gets killed off by Zoom?
Oh.
Who is Jake Garrett doppelganger?
Who is Jay Garrick's doppelganger from Earth 1, whose name is Hunter Solomon, who just happens to be Zoom?
So, I mean, I thought my love life was bad, but
I like this is me being the DC fanboy that I am. I did love the fact that they kept true. Once again, Flash again proving superior in that in the DC show.
There we go.
They kept true to the comics. Once again, the moment that I saw a few episodes back where you see Jay Garrick take Caitlyn to the park and he's like, "Oh, this is my doppelganger. His name is Hunter Solomon." At that moment, I was like, "If that's not Zoom, this show's gonna be brought down a few more notches." But nope, that is Zoom, and that made me happy. The name alone sold the fact that that was the character.
Very nice. And
they rewarded old fans.
Yes.
You gotta give it to a show when it does that.
Yes.
Oh yes, yep. As a comic book reader myself, I love it. And then Malcolm Merlin.
He is no longer Ra's al Ghul.
We knew this in season 3.
No.
Wait, what are we?
This is a little different.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not caught up. With
there's not a League of
4.
Assassins anymore.
Yeah, there is no longer a League of Assassins because of the fact that Nyssa was trying to. She was trying to win back power for her dad. In the end, Oliver does the ultimate sacrifice, and he takes place in the battle instead of her. Beats Merlin. Literally cuts off his hand that has the ring of the head of the demon. Gives it to Nyssa, and she pretty much disbands the League of Assassins.
Yeah. That's right. I remember literally on the last episode, Oliver Queen's like, "Oh, never mind, you are now," and then he's like, "Oh, trying to change the world or whatever." I forgot about that.
I'm not gonna lie though, this season's probably the weakest of Arrow so far.
Are you 100% caught up?
I am.
Are you?
I'm kind of tired of the League business. Like, I really wasn't looking forward to that this season when they introduced it again. I was like, oh, here we go again. I love Arrow, but they haven't focused on the main bad guy too much. Like, he's kind of there and always kicks ass, and then
Yeah.
You talking about Barrowman?
not Barrowman. The other guy, Damien.
Oh, Damien Dark.
Yeah,
They defeated him though
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
because of Vixen.
yeah, but it was like, I don't know. They should have focused on him more instead of dealing with League business again.
Mm-hmm.
Because the League business kind of came in like last minute.
Like the League business, I definitely saw it as filler. Whereas actually right now, because of the way it left off, because you have Merlin all butthurt because of the fact that he lost his power, he's gonna go after Oliver again.
We lost his hand too.
Yeah, not to mention because of that, he exposed the fact to Damien Dark that Oliver has a son,
Oh, okay.
and Dark went after that. That's how
Yeah.
the mid-season
Yeah,
ended.
that's how the mid-season-
Dark went after that. Oliver had some backup from a friend that apparently existed in an animated show that they had together.
They had an animated adventure.
An animated adventure, as they so said it on the show with
Animated
Vixen.
adventure.
Oh, dude, she was such a lame character, though.
She was. But at least,
apparently Elias liked her. Of course. Why am I not surprised?
It's okay.
but the fact is that pretty much it's established Barrowman's They defeated what's his name? They defeated Damien Dark pretty bitch made at the end. Like it was very his defeat was very anticlimactic, and it pretty much led to the fact that Barrowman is the main bad guy again because he's going after Oliver and his kid and stuff like that, which leads me to believe that Barrowman will be the main reason of whoever the hell is in the grave is the main reason when Felicity's all upset at Ollie because she's like, just make sure this guy pays.
They broke up.
Barrowman. It's no longer Dark.
They broke up at the end of the. That's another thing you have to mention.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. Olicity is no more.
Olicity is no more. The shock in my voice while I said that.
Hey, I shipped that hard.
And that's why it didn't work. Too many people shipped it. When there's too much people on the ship, man, it crashes. That's all I'm saying.
It sinks.
So we made an iceberg? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. We made an iceberg.
Next is Old Man Queen.
Old Man.
That was a great
Legends of Tomorrow?
episode of Legends of Tomorrow, yeah. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Frank Miller, the fact that they brought that old Oliver Queen
one-handed
into the mix.
Oliver Queen.
Yeah, dude. That's why I said Frank Miller, because Frank Miller Oliver Queen is one-handed Oliver Queen. You pretty much they land in a post.
But isn't that really just a play on Arsenal? Isn't that like stealing Arsenal's thing?
Arsenal? Like what? Dude, no, please elaborate.
Roche?
What?
Roy Harper. What about
Roy Harper? Isn't that like the same thing that happened to Roy Harper?
what?
No.
He lost his arm.
Mm,
Arsenal?
no, Arsenal never
Fact
lost an arm,
checker?
dude. Eli, DC, back me up. Arsenal never lost an arm, right?
Never.
No.
Okay, no.
Arsenal never lost an arm. The only thing that Arsenal is known for is that he becomes more anarchist than he does superhero, and that's why he forms an outsider league with Red Hood.
Red Hood, yeah. I knew that one. I
Wait,
saw it coming.
An arm.
So what you're saying is Arsenal never lost an arm?
No,
Because he did in Young Justice.
that's Young Justice, dude. That has
Maybe
That's not-
in Young Justice
yeah,
they were
maybe in
kind
Young
of
Justice.
playing an
Yeah, but it
homage
has nothing to do
to
with-
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
continue this conversation.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm just a moderator here. And what else on that?
No. For me, it was just fun to see Old Man Oliver Queen. They did the whole homage to Frank Miller with an older Oliver Queen. He had lost an arm during war. Pretty much, the episode starts off.
Okay, so we're right. At one point, he does.
I knew it! Yes, I'm never wrong!
Oh, well, no. That's the false Saul.
pretty
The
wrong.
opinions of Saul do not reflect those of
It was pretty much Elias who confirmed the fact that we
I'm
were
wrong,
wrong.
bro. Or what's his name? I can't remember. Ron Swanson.
What?
I don't care.
Yeah, so
I'm just
that's what I'm
like-
saying. Like, his interpretation of Arrow is just riffing, I should say, on Arsenal.
It's not riffing off anything. It's Frank Miller's own interpretation of Arrow with what
Which
happened
was already done with
post-Justice League.
Arsenal.
I don't
No,
know who
Miller's
came
is
with
older than
Riffing.
what
I'm
happened
still
with
stuck
Arsenal.
on that.
But what I'm saying, Arsenal literally lost an arm.
Yes, he did, but Miller did it more. Miller started it off with old Oliver Queen over what happened with Arsenal.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that is the correct
Miller's
order.
interpretation of what happened with Arrow,
So we're
with
still
what happened with
technically-
Oliver Queen is older.
So Arsenal's still Miller inspired.
But anywho,
Exactly,
the,
I'm pretty
exactly.
sure.
But anywho, the point is that it's post-apocalyptic Star City.
Okay.
We're like in the year 2040 something. Oliver Queen is old. Deathstroke's son has taken over the city, and that's pretty much the main thread. And pretty much the Legends of Tomorrow, mostly being
Who we saw.
the daughter of La Golfa que no me cae bien. The sister of La Golfa que no me cae bien. What's her name?
Who? Which
Laurel's sister.
Oh.
What's her name?
Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. It's pretty much Sarah.
Wet hair
lips.
and puffy lips.
It's pretty much Sarah led by the time travelers who help Oliver retake Star City. That's pretty. But I like the whole
Come with me
thing.
and take Star City.
And they also did. They also did like a nice little. I don't know if anybody caught that, but like a nice little thing to like Batman Beyond, where it's like, oh, because you have another Arrow in that episode,
Ooh.
and he turns out to be Diggle's son.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much the episode ends with like they were able to defeat the new Deathstroke, which is his son, and then Oliver's like, they're back at his Batcave, and they're like, okay, time to rebuild. So pretty much you're gonna be my Batman Beyond, and I'm gonna be training you and shit like that. It's pretty much how they left it off.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was nice.
Nice.
So that was just like a one-off thing, like a one-shot.
Yeah, it was like a one-shot thing of just it just happened to be coincidentally at that point in time where they landed on Earth. And shot
Queen
things.
Arrow loses the arm before Roy Harper.
Thank you.
Fact check.
I knew I was right because I'm always right.
Fair
That
enough.
seems.
Fact checker.
I mean,
guess-
Roger lately has been on fleek, like
Okay,
right. A lot
you know
more
what?
than Soul.
I guess we can both be right because I was right that he lost an arm.
But Roger's point was
That he was lost,
driving.
But that wasn't my point.
No, that was Roger's point. So Roger's right on his point.
But I'm right on mine as well. He did lose an arm.
He lose an arm.
But it's not canon.
Congratulations, Roger.
No, it is canon. That's the
In
thing.
there, well, I'm not gonna get into
The
it.
point
I
is,
don't
we
know.
were both right.
Eli,
Alright.
is it canon? Young Justice?
Oh, the
Young
It
Justice
was in the
or
comic
something.
books where Harper loses an arm.
Yeah,
but it
So
happened.
that's canon.
It is canon.
That's canon. Yes.
That's right.
canon.
They both lose their arms.
Get off this, bro.
You both lost arms.
Yeah, it did.
Um,
Miller's was older.
Wait, is Miller's is canon? Is that canon?
Technically now it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is older. Then now it is canon,
Now
yeah,
it's
because
canon.
of what's happening with the DC Emoverse.
Emoverse.
which, by the way, we've heard that Frank Miller is like a racist and just an asshole all around. Why would he call the Dark Knight 3, what is it, the Supreme Race or whatever? What was it called?
Of course he would.
I don't know.
Eli, back me up on this.
That's the third one, right?
Oh,
the
come
third
on,
book
man.
of.
Yeah, the Dark Knight 3.
The free, I know what you're talking about, but I don't think it's Supreme Race. It's
Or you know what I mean.
I didn't have a problem with that backstory until the fact that I found out that he completely botched it. I'm not gonna get into it. Anyhow, next topic.
Alright, so
No. Let's.
we've seen a new graphic of Batman booting Superman down.
That was pretty
Yes.
Just saw it fresh.
Pretty much they're both beat up and just battered. And I like how they do these graphic, teasers to, like, movie posters type.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're running out of material to sell you to watch those movies. That movie in particular.
But yeah.
It's doing its job, I guess, like getting people hyped.
Yeah, I've always... what was the other thing that we said about Christian Bale?
Oh yeah, how he said he was disappointed in his own interpretation of Batman. He said that.
Really?
Yeah. He said that he felt he didn't live up to his own expectations of what he wanted the character to be, but he meant Nolan's interpretation of it. Like
Yeah.
Nolan was happy with how it came up, but Christian Bale wasn't.
Oh,
Christian Bale wanted it to be like this is per what he said. He felt that when Batman or Bruce Wayne became Batman, anytime he put the suit on, he wanted him to be darker and more like, grittier, like all the like stuff holding himself in, like to be revealed when he's Batman.
Okay.
And he said he didn't feel like he was able to pull that off in the movie, but
Christian Bale criticizing himself on his acting is the equivalence of Michael Jackson in his prime criticizing himself in the live performance, dude. It's semantics.
I have to disagree. The thing is, like, the Batman wasn't what made the Nolan movies great. It was the villains.
speaking of that,
that's just it. Well, that too.
That only works for Dark Knight.
That's what he said too, though. He actually
the
said
most part.
that he what stole the thunder he felt for Batman in the movies was Heath Ledger.
Whoa.
That's what he said. He
Yes.
said it, but he admitted it. Like he
yeah.
couldn't. He felt that he was barriered because of that.
Well,
that he
dude,
couldn't surpass
that's
anything because of it.
inarguable.
Yeah, so I thought it was interesting to hear Christian Bale say.
But
'Cause
there's
it's been
so-
a while now. The new movie Batman.
There's so many layers to it because I mean, there's Christian Bale's acting and how he puts so much
Yeah.
pressure on himself. The plot, like, it calls for the Joker being such a focal
That's
point.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then of course you have. It just so happens you have an amazing actor doing an amazing job of the Joker. So all these layers
Yeah.
on top of one another. So
Right.
Actually, me and to kind of steal
Yeah,
the topic
go
here,
ahead.
me and Roger were having this conversation where, like, what
that was my next transition.
makes the Joker a popular character? Because I came to the conclusion the other day where I really don't care about the Joker except for Heath Ledger's Joker. That was the only Joker I actually cared about.
Actually,
Hang on.
okay.
And just to put a little perspective in it, like, again, I don't read comics. I watch the cartoons, and even then, the Joker was kind of like, he's just this mad person. Don't get me wrong. Their dynamic between Batman and the Joker, that's what makes the character interesting. But put the Joker aside from Batman, what is he?
Well, there's a lot of mystery to him. What I was going to say, to not necessarily interrupt you, but is that until it was really put in perspective for me, which is like they're the exact same, but the exact opposite at the same time, which is they both, it's like, what's the difference between me and you? Is that you put on a mask. We're both insane. We're both crazy. Why? Because dude running around in a cape and mask, beating up thugs. You're insane. Anyone will call you crazy. But yeah, you still do it. Me, I just do it for the fun of it and shits and giggles, and I laugh while doing it. So it's like, well, one, his tone is all serious and dark and trying to bring bad guys down. The other one's just utter chaos, just for shiggles, just because he can.
But that makes a character interesting.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that that's what I was.
That's what I was saying. Like, Heath Ledger made the Joker interesting. Like, it actually made me like the Joker because he put this whole different take on the Joker. But me and Roger were discussing that his take on the Joker is completely different than every other single take.
Yeah, every single one is different.
No, but like,
well,
kind of
like the we've had other podcast topics before where it's like the Joker's what's that dude's name? the latest Joker interpretation in Suicide Squad,
Jared Leto?
that's gonna be totally different. And
But a lot of people hate it on, like, I know, as much as Heath Ledger was a popular figure, a lot of, like, purists would argue that Heath Ledger's Joker wasn't a Joker at all. But that's the reason why I actually like the Joker, is what I'm trying to say. Like, all those things that he's not is the reason why I gravitated towards his interpretation of the Joker. He brought depth to it, while as the regular Joker is just chaos.
What for me, what makes him interesting to me is that there's still a lot of mystery. Like, canon-wise, we don't know who he is. Yeah. Like, where does he come from? What's his background? Why is he this way?
What make me want to care?
Well, yeah, like you said, in the
Nolanverse.
The Nolanverse, it did make. I agree with you. It made me want to care for him. So then, even take Nolan's Joker interpretation aside, now that I dug more deep, there is a lot of mystery to the Joker canon-wise. We don't know his background. We don't know who he is, and it makes you kind of wonder, like, hey, why does he do what he does?
It's the well, part of it is the mystery that makes him interesting. Another part is that also you have to note the fact that yes, like Ledger brought the most vivid interpretation of him on screen with an own personal take, but there have also been one-hitter graphic novels of Batman that have dipped their toes and gone into depth of the Joker's past.
Killing Joke.
Exactly. The Killing Joke is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, because for the longest time, obviously as a kid growing up, I thought his name was Jack.
Keaton. Jack Napier.
Jack Napier. I thought, the Joker's Jack Napier.
And in some interpretations, he is. Mm-hmm. In some interpretations, he is.
But then in the true canon, we really don't know shit.
I don't know, man.
So
it's just
Batman knows now. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But when he became God, practically, I know.
I don't know. I just
think Joker and Batman, like, or at least Joker, is like his character is not as much of a character without Batman.
Exactly.
It's hard to stand alone.
No, that's true. I agree.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, that's the whole point of is his character.
No, because Batman stands alone. Like,
right,
Batman.
but that's Batman. Like, Joker is like Batman's and.
Can you fact check if there's been a Joker standalone comic?
But that's what I'm saying. No, you have people like Venom.
I wouldn't ever see that. Like, I would never.
No, but you have people like Venom, for example.
Yeah,
they can stand alone.
But that's like different.
Even Lex Luthor.
That's like an he's like an anti-hero now.
Yeah,
I mean, you're right.
Part
you're
of
right.
the Guardians of the Galaxy.
But like, who's more interesting, Lex Luthor or the Joker?
Joker.
Really?
I think so.
I honestly can bring that to argument.
Yeah, I would say Lex Luthor is a much
that's
more depth to the character because he's got this god complex. You know, the way he operates is so much more interesting than the Joker, who literally does things because it's random.
Well, that's the thing too. You can't predict what the Joker.
That's what I'm saying. How is that interesting?
Because if you throw all those together,
the only
you don't know what
the only factor that makes it interesting is that I'll give you it's a very minute thing, but the fact that someone is crazy and who's supposed to be non-interesting as a standalone person like the Joker has been able to control someone like Superman. How does someone like that do that in the first place, dude? You haven't even had Lex for most things try to have been able to. He's been throwing things at Superman for years to try to beat this person, but you've never seen him be able to take control of him. Yet Joker's been able to do it. Ivy's been able to do it. Batman villains have been able to do it. That's what's interesting about it as well.
But then you just ruined the luster by saying that other characters.
No, it ruins the luster, but at the same time, it makes it interesting in the fact that here's supposed to be a character who does things for the lulz, yet he's also smart enough to be able to bring someone as powerful as Superman under his control.
I don't know, man.
No, I really think that Joker is quite interesting. Now that I'm thinking about it, I've never really thought about it before. Like how I've always seen him like part of Batman, like in the whole Batman.
No, exactly.
But like when I look at him alone, I'm just like, oh, okay. Like
very specifically in the Nolan in the Dark Knight, that line that he says, it's like, I wouldn't know. I'm like a dog. I wouldn't know
what to do.
Yeah, it's like I don't
just
plan
do
things.
things.
Yeah, it's like no bullshit. You know what the
no,
fuck
but
you're
that's
doing.
the thing. That's different. That's what I'm saying. It's a different interpretation, and like I said, a lot of purists say that that's not a good interpretation of the Joker.
Well, where I was going with that is that. Yeah, I think he does. Like he put that's his facade. It's like he makes you think he's
methodically
crazy.
plans
But
everything.
really,
Batman,
to the T. Like he plans everything he fucking does.
Well, I just think what makes him really interesting is the fact that he can get to Batman mentally.
Yeah,
like he can fuck with him. I think that's what makes me interested in Joker. Like animated series, comic series.
Yeah.
Like he can fuck with. And we all know Batman's pretty strong. Like mentally, like he's pretty strong when it comes to that. But like to have he has that one person that he can, and I can understand like Saul was saying, like on his own, Joker, like I don't know if I would read a Joker series issue 1 like through.
Yeah.
I wouldn't probably either, but I still think he's an interesting. I wouldn't downplay and say that Heath Ledger's Joker is the only good interpretation of Joker ever. Like that's a bit far fetched.
I mean, I'm not saying he's the only good interpretation. I'm just saying he's the only one that I saw worthwhile. That was interesting. Interested in.
Yeah, I mean, if that's how you feel about it, like I can
That
get
is-
that.
that
I
is
can get it.
exactly.
So I understand that, but yeah, I don't
Yeah.
personally think. I think
Yeah.
there's
As a
couple interpretations pretty good.
standalone, it's very hard. Like I said, there are very few standalone graphic novels that have gone into depth to his character. But as a standalone character himself, doesn't give him the cred that Soul wants that character.
But that's not how he was made. Like,
But the reason why he is considered the best villain of all time is because of what he has done to that hero in his universe that makes him the
but he's
greatest.
well, he's
just
a
as-
pretty
he's just
credible
as-
threat in the whole
yeah.
Exactly,
DC universe.
yeah,
So.
He
exactly.
is. He is. I'm not denying his what his threat value is. You know, he's done
No,
terrible things.
You
I
said you just couldn't
understand.
identify with
I
it.
Yeah,
understand.
that's what I'm
and
saying.
agree
It's
with-
like-
no, I understand and agree
It's
with your
just
point.
it's like he's just his wall of chaos, and like he does terrible things, and that's all.
Speaking
we
of
know. That's all we know.
Speaking of which, I know we have a whole bunch of clips that we written down, but I'm gonna segue a little bit because we're talking about this character who is pretty much the arch nemesis of Batman. I'm curious to all of our favorite superheroes. Let's exclude Batman because 3 out of the 4 of us that are talking about this have Batman as their number 1 hero. Who do you guys see other heroes? Who do you see it being their Joker?
What do you mean?
I'm curious.
Elaborate.
The Joker to Superman.
The Joker to Superman, the Joker to Spider-Man, the Joker
those
to
are all
Iron Man.
obvious answers, though. Everyone has their
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah.
main
Like
villain, every
Lex Luthor
hero.
is Superman.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Spider-Man is the Green Goblin.
Reverse Flash.
See, I could argue that it's
For sure.
Venom.
Or Doctor Octopus.
No,
it's
See, hold
not.
on though. I know Spider-Man being one of my favorite characters. I know his lore very, very well. Excuse me. Sorry. Spider-Man has been around since the 60s. Venom didn't come out until 88, the year I was born. So that's a good 20-year span where you had really good chance to develop everyone. So because we grew up on the animated series of Spider-Man, yeah, and it's amazing.
Oh, God, I love that shit.
We had always thought, Venom had always been part of the history.
No.
But
But
you,
it's not.
you actually
That's
research,
actually
no,
been
he's
done.
fresh.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
really
I found that out recently.
Yeah.
Who helped make him? Todd. What's his name? Oh
Todd
my God.
McFarlane?
Todd McFarlane.
Todd McFarlane,
created
yep,
the
he
character. I was like,
created him.
what the fuck? When I
Yeah.
found that out, I was like,
Mhm.
holy shit. That's
Caesar and I have comics signed by Todd McFarlane. Spider-Man
no,
comics.
dude. I need to.
He,
That's what I'm doing. Relax.
But yeah, dude, I didn't know that until I started like researching things. Like, I thought Venom had always been part of the
No, yeah, I
history.
know. When I found out
But-
recently, like, because I thought Venom had like a
Yeah.
distinguished past already. Like,
No,
no,
he's
like the whole Eddie. The whole thing, I was
he's
like,
relatively
I was
new.
like, that's
Yeah.
pretty.
He was
impressive.
literally a failed skin design
Say again.
Venom. He was literally a failed costume change.
Yeah.
Yeah. They wanted to here's a black suit. Oh, fans don't like it. Oh, all of a sudden they do like it. Let's make Venom.
Sorta, yeah. That's kind of.
That's literally what happened.
Well, it came out. It came out pretty good.
I mean, it
like-
came out cool. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. Venom was
yeah.
a very
Like,
interesting character.
It makes sense too why I like Spawn's like character so much, like the drawing of it, because
Yeah.
I saw Spider-Man and Venom first, all
Yeah.
that first, and then when I saw Spawn, I was like, this is pretty bad, but it was like you could see
The
artwork of it.
90s comics are very hit and miss. They're either really good or really shitty.
yeah.
But I always have to give props to freaking Todd McFarlane and the team over at Image, for Spawn, because correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Fact Checker, but I'm pretty sure that the fastest transition from a comic book character being created from scratch, this being Spawn, to a movie was
Yes.
the fastest
Yeah,
ever.
Spawn was,
So
yeah.
that
I
boomed
know
like
that,
a motherfucker.
Yes,
Yeah, dude.
Spawn was fucking.
So
something.
props to,
Spawn was
to
something
that,
else,
dude. I mean, Spider-Man hadn't done it,
Yeah.
so on and so
yeah,
forth. So.
Spawn did it. Quite. I enjoyed the Spawn film. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could. I mean, I wish that we could see something like.
Oh no! Yeah. Didn't we just in the wake of Deadpool, being rated R and stuff?
That's a movie that could pull off an
They said
R-rated,
he is obviously a rated R character.
Oh
yeah,
my God,
yeah.
yes,
Clearly, but he's like
That's not.
he's not
thing
like
is-
Marvel. He's not DC.
Wait.
Image.
What company is
Image.
gonna? No.
Oh,
what
the studio. I don't know.
That's
That's
true.
the
It
thing.
matters as a studio.
However, I forget what the actual
New
headline.
Line. That was
New
a
Line?
joke.
That was
That was
back
a
then.
joke. That was a
back
joke.
then.
That was a joke.
well, they made. He's got a strong point. Look, here's. You know what?
Wait,
No,
who
hold on,
does
I
the-
gotta
who
hear
does the
this.
Tarantino films?
No. Hold on. I got a really good interesting
Oh,
concept.
ma.
here.
Shit, I actually know this one.
Newgate, Lionsfilms, or
Oh my
Lion King.
God. Miramax.
I say Miramax.
Miramax does it.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we can look that up. Eli, if you could do that
I
for
think
us.
Miramax is too much of a movie purist.
Miramax
Like,
does it.
We're not gonna do superhero movies, but I think like those people that make rated R movies and make them successful, you guys should really take a look into Spawn.
It's true.
Just saying.
No.
Yes, because it could work.
I was gonna say too, like what Saul brought up earlier about the whole toys, like whole line.
yeah.
Like Todd McFarlane does the toy line.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
he literally does
Yeah.
the toy line, so there would be no
No issue.
There would be no
Yeah.
issue. He's like,
Yeah.
no, this is aimed for adults.
Yeah.
This is aimed like I've seen
You're
Spawn
right.
toys before.
Absolutely
I've had
right.
some. I'm like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
who-
You're right, because you're right. When if there's no merchandise
magical.
I
to be
forgot how much
divided,
you love
if
Spidey
there's no
love
merchandise to deal with,
Yeah.
dude, you can do. The sky's the limit.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
sky
yes,
is the
it
fucking
is.
limit.
Also, the main fucking what's the word headline that we're missing here is that, and I wish I could remember what it was, but it's something along these lines where, relating to Spawn, it was that the movie Todd McFarlane said is not. Yes, it is going to be rated R, but it is not going to be a typical
yes,
superhero
it's gonna be
movie.
a horror. Like he wants it to be horror based.
Horror
Like,
It should.
like it's gonna
It
be like
should.
a horror movie more than a
Yeah,
superhero.
I'm
Like
not sure how I feel about
No,
that.
yeah, actually,
it'll
that's
work.
really good.
And you know why? Because Deadpool wasn't your typical superhero
you're right.
movie.
Exactly.
Remember that's the point we brought up.
It kind of was.
No,
in
no.
the-
Did
hold
they
on,
save
hold
the
on,
city?
Hold on. In the sense of like, he does this for it's all.
I get you, but here, let me break it apart. It wasn't an origins movie like it normally is. Yes, it showed his origin, but it didn't go in order.
Right.
First things first. Second thing.
It's my name.
Second thing is
Darn it.
he didn't save the city. Literally, all he wanted to do was get his girlfriend back.
Okay.
That's all it is. Think about every superhero movie. It's all about stakes.
Yeah.
Saving the city, saving this, that. I'm sorry,
Stakes.
Deadpool was none of those things.
Medium rare.
Did it involve a
Rare.
superhero? Yes.
There have been similar ones that aren't saving the world type. It was just literally just for his own vendetta type of thing. I can't remember off the top of my head, but if I
That's
researched
because they
it,
weren't that good.
well, the point is it's been done. And
Not
your,
this good,
and your
though.
point is that it hadn't been done.
My point is that they kept it tight and they kept it to what it needed to be. And I'm
But-
saying, if Spawn can stay away from that, like the origin story, we don't
think it
need to
will.
see an origin story in order.
No, right, but I don't know. In this, what I was aiming towards that when I said, I'm not sure how I feel about that is that A, it hadn't been done before, and B, that's kind of like his thing is also a personal vendetta, which is to get his girlfriend. Also, same thing. I remember her name, Vanessa. That's all I
Wanda.
remember.
Wanda.
Wanda. Sorry.
What a terrible name.
Good job, John.
But yeah,
Speaking
so
of
it
which,
is
what's
about his woman.
I was curious. What's the name of his arch nemesis?
The Violator.
Violator. Who do you see?
I can't.
John Leguizamo. Of course.
Well,
Again,
Of
yeah,
course,
yeah, he
Leguizamo
did it great
again.
the first
Sure,
time.
why not?
Fuck, we can get what's his name back on the role.
Oh, dude.
Come on, you know his name? I don't know his name. The actor that played Spawn in the only movie.
Oh shit! Michael J.
Spawn.
White.
Yes,
There you
Michael
go.
J. White.
Why not?
If they could just recast him.
Yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is a Spawn movie could work if done right.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
done right.
If
Let
done
me-
Well,
Max hold
dude,
it.
he's been holding that script forever. Like he's been working on that forever. Like Tom
He's been
McFarlane.
biding, yeah, he's been biding
he's
his
been
time.
biding his time. So like now that, and he's officially now said like his script is done officially. So now that's saying, hey, everyone, all the studios out there, I'm ready to fucking do this. Who's gonna join me?
Yeah.
that's the
'Cause, like,
thing.
it's
Like,
a-
that's what
Yeah,
counts.
that's
What
true.
studio?
Because that's gonna help. Like that's gonna determine marketing. That's gonna determine.
Because look, there's only
who's
three
gonna be aimed
companies.
towards.
There's only three companies that are actually making superhero movies. 3 studios
Warner Brothers, Disney,
and Fox.
and Fox.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna be any of those three.
And
I
no-
almost guarantee it won't be those three.
No, but here's the thing: other companies aren't interested in that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What if he
They
sells
should,
it as
that's
like
what they
you
should
said,
be.
he's aiming it to be a horror movie?
It's a superhero movie, and everyone knows it.
It would have to be Miramax
But that's
for
the thing.
for two reasons actually. Now that you just made me remember that. Miramax, because of the whole thing that it has with the past with Tarantino, but also they are the originators of horror films. They are the ones who brought out the Halloweens and stuff.
Yes, but you have to keep in mind that a lot of these companies see themselves above superhero movies.
These are
Yeah,
companies
they don't
that are
wanna get
dying,
spooked
bro.
into
It doesn't matter, man. Pride.
Yeah, they want to see Oscar
Yeah.
women.
Yeah,
films.
dude.
I can
And
see
you
that.
already have the
I know where you're coming from.
You already
with
have the competition with Fox, Disney, and all that stuff. Like, think about it. It's already a saturated market as it is. As good as that script may be, I'm not downplaying that script.
Yeah, it's-
Why would you take a chance?
It's all about selling it to the studio. If you can't,
I don't
That's what I'm saying.
know.
you can't get a studio to jump on board. with
That's
it
what I'm
without
saying.
Fucking putting their dick in the
Exactly. Exactly. So, what are the chances now that we've mentioned all these factors? What are the actual chances of a rated R Spawn movie coming to life?
I don't know. Depends on how
That's
Think
the-
about
how
everything
big of a dick
we've already talked about. Yeah,
Todd McFarlane.
exactly.
wants
But
to be.
everything we've already talked about. What are the actual chances?
I think he'd rather burn the script before he would.
Exactly.
Higher than
Which
low.
I don't
No,
mind.
but this is part of the thing to take into consideration.
I still say higher than lower.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because Todd McFarlane is known to be a dick.
Yeah, but that's
true.
the point. He's not gonna barter with studios.
No, he's not.
No, that's why. So either someone
I see where
says
he's
yes,
coming from, yeah.
or it's not gonna get done.
But that's what I'm saying.
So
it's-
if it gets done,
if it
it
gets
is
done,
good.
If it gets done, it'll be good.
yes,
Well,
if
we
it
have to
if
look
it
at-
gets done, it's rated R or bust.
Oh yeah.
What we have to look at what studio maybe like.
There's no studio.
Well, like what has done something similar in the past or in
There's
the
nothing.
future.
Hey, who made the first Bond film? So I know I should know this, and I'm trying to remember. I've been trying to remember.
I thought your
I
New
think
Line
it was
Cinema
Miramax.
joke was.
Now you shall look
No.
it up in the
Eli?
meantime.
Eli's
My New Line Cinema joke was because it was a dead company. That's why it was a joke. Just like
Could've
me,
sworn I saw
just
that.
like me, just
No,
like
what's
me,
the one,
just
the
like just like me,
Tombstone, or what is it
just
called?
like me saying Orion should take over the
What's the
film.
one?
It's
What's
a
the one
dead
where the
company.
films go like this? The film rolls.
That's New Line
That's
Cinema.
New Line Cinema.
New Line Cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah, distributed by New Line Cinema.
Yeah.
Oh!
Fuck yeah.
So that joke
The original
was.
Oh, I was on fleek with that joke.
Wait, are they
I
still
was-
around?
No.
Original Tarantino movies were Miramax.
They called that one like
Shit. Good shit. Good shit.
So New Line was the one that made Spawn?
Yes,
Are
New
they
Line.
still around?
no. God, no.
Then no one else is gonna take a no one's-
Touchstone, because they were Disney, so of course.
Touchstone.
It's not gonna happen. I'm calling it right now. This is my prediction. As much as I would love a rated R Spawn movie, he's not gonna find a studio. It's not gonna happen.
All right, and mark the date and time. March 5th, 2016, approximately 11:03 p.m.
You know, I kind of like agree with Saul a lot on those points, but I really think that it's gonna happen. Like I want it to happen. Maybe it's because I want it to happen more often. And
That's
like,
more of a want than
more
what
of a want.
could possibly actually.
I think
happen.
I still like kind of agree with Caesar that it's a higher than a lower
Yeah.
chance. Like I don't think his odds
Even
are
if
good.
even if it's 51-49.
Yeah, exactly.
chance.
Like that's how I feel. Like I don't think his odds are great. Don't get me fucking wrong, but I think it's like by a small margin. Like
I don't. Okay, this is my argument. The only way it'll happen
Perfect.
is if it's rated R. But aside from that, it'll be a bust, and it's not gonna happen. That's where
All
I
right,
see.
I don't
moving
see
on.
it being a bust, but I see it either being made or not made. Like
I-
either being made completely how he wanted it or not being made at
I
all.
mean, yeah,
destroyed.
but
Yeah,
I'm saying
exactly.
that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, will it be made?
Like
No.
I said,
Because of too many factors involved.
Will it be
So
made?
2 no's, 2 yes.
So you're saying it will be
I
made?
say yes. It'll be
And
made.
Caesar, it will be made. Let it be known
New Hope.
that they said it will be made.
Come on, Caesar.
Let it be known.
all right. So moving on, totally changing gears. Harry,
Flipping gears.
changing gears here. Harry Potter
No one
Land.
can see that, guys. Stop doing that shit.
We're
We just
shifting
popped the
gears.
clutch. We're shifting gears, guys.
Harry Potter Land. Harry Potter
God,
Land.
holy crap!
Oh no, we're not a Harry Potter yet, aren't we? What about the TV character?
No,
movie?
go on to Harry Potter.
That was gonna be the last one.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, but they are doing a reboot of Spawn already, so you know it's in production.
Yeah, I know.
It's in production. There we go. Let
It's
it be
in
known.
fact.
How far into production?
That's
or
pretty.
pre-
Wait, who's producing it? I mean, I'm sorry. What company?
I don't know what company, but Tom McFarlane's.
Well, he does have a lot of money.
He does.
He could actually just bypass that whole
He'd be
system.
like,
Say
you know what?
fuck
I made a new movie studio called Todd McFarlane Incorporated. Well, I mean,
That would give
fuck.
him a lot of creative freedom.
I have to apologize for Eli not speaking into the mic and making poor audio quality. Hearing
I
whispers.
guess I'm wrong. I
Hearing
suppose I'm wrong.
whispers.
It happens.
So let it be known at
Wait.
11:45 p.m. So at this that he is wrong.
No. When the movie comes out,
Hey, guys.
then I'm wrong. When the movie, when the movie comes out, then I'm wrong. But I mean, I'm probably wrong at this point. But still,
I'll take a probably from Saul any day.
who's actually? No, I want to know what studio actually took a gamble.
We'll get-
No.
All right,
what's-
so
what's your
Harry
reason?
Potter Land soft opening
Woo, by Merlin Spear.
Oh, for
by
God's
Dumbledore's beard.
You're not
Had
wrong.
a soft opening. It was great. And there was only 2 like rides. One of them was great. The other one was like super tiny and kitty like.
I'm kind of butthurt you didn't get a one for yourself.
Get a wand. I know. Should have gone to the
Why
sword
did you
and
get a
wonder
one?
thing.
Fuck, you should have made a one.
So you got a one.
It's pretty
The
awesome.
equivalence of it owning a lightsaber.
It's pretty awesome. I recommend it. When, as a matter of fact, I think you can go right now. And,
Like
still-
right now at 11
Yes.
o'clock at night?
Well,
Quarter to 12.
which was stupid. We went on a Sunday. They closed at fucking 6. You believe that shit?
Universe
Yes, exactly.
Wait, Universal Studios closes at
they got-
6?
they
on
got
a Sunday.
6
What are you, GameStop?
p.m.
They got regulated times, guys. Like
Good God, man!
I don't know if it's because they're in slow season or
it's usually because
union type of thing.
No, it's usually because of the time of the year.
I'm baffled.
Slow
behind
season?
this.
It's season. Like
Oh.
when it's time to pick up, they're open
Oh, of
fucking
course.
late as shit.
Yeah.
Like remember Eli when we went? Like they all even close the park and then reopen it. Yeah, they make enough fucking money. They don't give a shit.
But so that was pretty cool. I recommend it. It's pretty awesome.
Was it here, Universal Studios, right?
Yeah, right here. Now, I'm pretty sure that because the Orlando one had it 1st, and they have more physical, real estate. It's better over there. But still, take what we can get. And then in the Nintendo land, because I had forgotten all about this until I went to Universal Studios, I heard that hey, there's gonna be a quote unquote Nintendo land here in Universal Studios Hollywood. But first, it's gonna open in Tokyo because Nintendo's over there. So it was confirmed that they have a $351 million budget opening in 2020 in time for the Tokyo Olympics. That's gonna be pretty badass.
Damn. And then when is it coming?
Over here, no word, but it is. We will eventually.
That's sick.
When that is, no one knows.
I know you'll be there. Or we're going to Tokyo sometime.
Yes, what he's just trying to say is that we're gonna all go to Japan for fucking Nintendo.
Yeah, that was.
We're gonna accompany Caesar to Nintendo Land.
Well, there it is. Road trip. Anybody?
Yes, exactly.
We'll review.
Well, there it is on the road.
On the road.
On wheels.
On planes.
Do they drive on the right side or the left side?
On planes, trains, and automobiles.
It's an automobile.
Eli, Mr. D Terminal. What was the name of that anime? Do they drive on the right side or left side?
D driver.
Whatever opposite, they drive opposite side of us.
So left. Okay.
So they're on the wrong side of history.
Well, that happened a long time ago. We're on the wrong side of history.
God damn.
Hey, we just lost all our across the sea fans.
Good.
Our British fans, our French fans.
You could have
our
made
German.
I was as vague as possible under the influence of alcohol.
Their genetically deformed kids felt that.
And he took it over the top.
And it's over.
And so
Whatever
let the record
international fans
show
were
at
left.
11:10.
After admitting he was wrong, so we just lost all the European fan base.
No, we lost our mutant Tokyo fan.
Alright, I apologize. The views and expressions of Saul do not reflect those of Well There It Is and its affiliates.
Nor BuzzFeed.
Nor BuzzFeed.
We do not endorse BuzzFeed in any
We should not go to www.facebook.com/BuzzFeed at all.
Saul is a guest. As far as the record is concerned, he was not welcome back.
This has been one atomic bomb of a podcast.
We just keep, fucking goddamn.
Dick Measuring Carter's seen these two fuckers, man.
The fallout we're gonna get after this.
Daniel would have appreciated that.
Daniel's gonna be like,
They could just fall off his bed right now after you said that one. Yeah.
Alright, transitioning from there is Pokemon Sun and Moon was announced.
Well, that is conversation to get sterile. No, a little pushy. Okay.
Alright. So Pokemon Sun and Moon was announced.
you should have kept it quiet a little bit longer. I wanted it to linger.
Yeah, just
See, like that. You got it. Caesar got it.
Fam is lit over here.
He's lit. He takes good lead.
alright. So
Yeah, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
yeah, we don't know much other than hey, we got Sun and Moon.
Sun
Breaking
and Moon.
news. We
Sun
don't
and
know
Moon.
shit.
Are you mad? What is the third one? Eclipse.
Okay, so
Solar or
wait.
Moon?
First things first.
That's the question.
First things first. We're in agreement that it is a new generation of Pokemon,
Well,
or is it?
obviously,
Yes.
we don't know shit.
We don't
But
know
I'm gonna
shit.
guess
So
yes.
based on expectations,
Yes.
See,
Because
do you think there'll be new starters?
Yes, I think it's going to be new gen.
here's why: we have had 2 full 100% games, Pokemon games that are X and Y and Oris.
No, yeah, you're right.
So because of that, it's time. It's time for a new.
Yes.
You're right. It's about like I expect nothing less really.
Yeah.
Like,
The
like if it's a continuation game, it's like
the last gen was expressed with black and white, and then they continue with the same gen in black and white.
the-
I have a question too. Do you guys have a problem with so many like
Yes,
generations
that's
of
what I was gonna say.
Pokemon?
I
Like
do.
I was the next question because I never gave too much thought about that. But I mean, I didn't play full the way through
To
X
be
and
fair,
Y. So
to be fair, it's been 20 fucking years.
Okay, but
They,
here's my,
I know,
But
and
here's
for
my
it to only
question.
have 6 generations, one that divides it to one every.
Okay, but here's my thing.
it's true.
3.5
Do you
years?
think it will be a full new 150 Pokemon?
Yeah.
Does X and Y have
There
150?
hasn't been a full new 150
you're right.
Pokemon
Ish.
Yeah,
at
it's
all,
usually
dude.
lower
Not
than
even
150.
Silver or Gold had 151. They
It was
just
close.
had add-ons.
You're right.
Like you were lucky if you reached a 75 number basis off that factor, dude. Come on now.
No, I disagree. Pokemon Gold and Silver, because that's what you said, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it wasn't 150 though.
Ish. Maybe like a 149, 150.
Was it
That's
really?
pretty
Because
close.
Celebi, Quote me on this, number 251.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so 251.
So that
Okay, so it was 100.
give or take.
That's what you're telling me.
Okay, you're right.
So it was 100. That's what you're telling me.
We've met in the
Like
middle.
I said,
We've met
okay,
in the
we
middle.
met in the middle.
that's what I said. Post gold and silver, you're lucky if you reach the 75 margin on
Okay,
new
you're right.
Pokemon.
So let me rephrase this question. Do you think it'll be as many new Pokemon as they've introduced?
I say if they do between 75 and 100, I'd be okay with it.
That's not what
I honestly think the less the better.
You
At
see,
this
the-
point in time,
Well, how many?
I think,
For you, how many?
no, at this point in time, like I feel the game is close to balance as it'll ever get.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about this, and yeah,
I'm merely
what else
speaking,
can you do?
I'm
Like,
merely speaking about balance. Like
you're talking about
balance,
just the main game structure.
yeah,
right?
the main structure, like balance for the metagame.
Wait, didn't they release
Actually,
a new new type?
Exactly.
Fairy?
This, I was about to agree with
They did.
John's argument right now. That's my theme behind it. The fact that they revealed a new archetype is a game changer. Because prior to this past
Fairy
archetype,
metal?
yeah, the fact that you reveal fairy,
And then you.
it's a whole new game in that aspect alone. Because okay, picture it from this aspect alone. Again, this is me defending gold and silver the way I did. That's the most you've had a release of new Pokemon since the release of the original 151, right?
Right.
So, off of that factor, what was introduced in that generation? Dark and Steel types. Because of the fact that you have another new type being fairy types, at least 75 are going to be released.
I'm gonna
out of it.
change it. Well, I'm gonna change kind of
You're
what
you're
we're
not-
going.
I mean, that makes sense.
I won't say 100 because it's not two. I'm sorry, Caesar. I know you want to. You can get back to your point. Because of the fact that it's not two types being dark and steel, it won't reach the 100 mark. But the fact that it has a new type alone, it will at least reach anywhere from 50 to 75 new Pokemon.
I say 50
50s, that's fair.
because
I'd be
they
okay
already
with
had fairies already had one generation.
Continue. You were
that. Is that what if? Okay, we're talking about the assumption that like, hey, let's keep the Pokemon engine the same. 3 starters, and so on and so forth. But like, what? Because it's literally like Call of Duty. It's been the same basic structure of a game over and over
Yes,
and
it
over.
has.
Like, what do you think they can do different to kind of keep it fresh or kind of
the closest interpretation has been
because like watch we've had like different types of games. For example, Pokemon Puzzle League, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Rumble. What else? Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Like different types of games.
Look, the only way they can change it up is with new abilities or Pokemon with abilities they haven't had before. That's literally because, like I said, I'm speaking about the meta game here. Like that's the only way they can make things different.
That's going more a little into depth on it. Like as far as your interpretation of it, mine would have to be the simple, just for the sake of, yes, I'm gonna bring this faction up, but just for the simple sake of nostalgia. What did they do with X and Y? They gave you the potentiality of 2 starters, where you start off with your starter from your new gen, and progressing to the storyline, you meet a starter from a previous gen that's given to you, where you have the same option of choosing 3 different starters. They could keep going on with that faction, albeit whether it's the Hoenn region or the Sinnoh region that you choose that starter from, but they could work off that as well.
And the Hoenn.
Yeah.
What I had, here's what I had in mind. The first ever time I was introduced into Pokemon was the cartoon and the cards. I didn't know that the source material was a video game. So I'm like, I played the video game. I was Pokemon tournament. You guys are familiar with it? It's like that's what I thought it was gonna be, like real live action, like Pokemon, like a cartoon. And then when I was like, what the fuck?
It was so much better.
Turn-based? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this? At first, I was like hesitant, but I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool.
I fucking love it.
But that's like, if they could make that more like realistic, like real-time, more real-time strategy RPG type of thing, they can blend the two, like a lot of real action.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Nope, it'll never.
It won't
happen.
work for Pokemon.
It
It
won't
would
happen,
never,
I know,
yeah.
but
That's an interesting concept.
It's
though,
an
like-
interesting concept.
Yeah,
They're never going to do it though.
I think there's like we kind of go back to that small pool of people compared to the majority. I think the
Yeah.
majority want it to stay the same,
Yeah.
but just different, like new maybe new types, new Pokemon. And
you know what really chaps my ass too is that there has been no is that there has been no third iteration of the generation of Pokemon since Platinum.
Yes,
Makes me a little sad. For example, and they tease us with this. They tease our cocks with this. Is that okay? So it was Black and White, And you would think, oh, Gray's coming
Gray's
out.
coming out.
Nope.
Nope.
Go fuck yourself.
Yep, Black and White 2 came out. And then we
Fucking
had
Black and White.
X and Y.
That's
Oh,
right.
Z's coming out, right?
Yeah, Z.
Nope, fuck us.
Go fuck
We're
They
gonna
didn't even
have
know. They
some
just
Moon
they went straight for the remakes.
Yeah.
And you know what
right.
annoys me the most about it is that they left it open to interpretation worse than the same as Black and White, because you had Reshiram and you had, what's his name, the one that starts with a Z.
Reggie, wait, who?
Reshiram was one of the ones from Black and White, the white one.
Oh,
that looked like a wolf.
Zai, I know who you're talking about. The one that's blended between the two?
Kyogre.
No, I know who he's talking about. There's Dialga, Palkia, and then the
John
third
wants
one.
to strangle you right now at that moment.
Yeah.
The third one?
It was Reshiram in Black and White, and then it was the other one that started with a C. I honestly can't remember his name. And then there was one in between that was an ice dragon type.
Yeah,
so that was
Kyurem.
A
Kyurem.
Fuse.
Kyurem.
Kyurem.
Yeah, that was a clear teaser for
Gray.
we're gonna make
Yes.
one for Gray. This is gonna be your main Pokemon.
Because that's what they had.
Same
to
way
do.
with
That's
Rayquaza.
what they-
Same way with fucking Suicune. And we just lost John.
But fuck
No,
us,
but that's
right?
what
And John is gone.
because they had platinum and they was like, what was it, Dialga?
No,
It was
Giratina.
Giratina. I was
You
like,
had
that made
Giratina,
sense.
had
You had
Deoxys, I was like,
Suicune,
what the fuck?
and you had
And then have like 2 or 3 forms. Like, they look like
started doing the
the-
forms, yeah, and stuff like that. But that's what it
That
made.
was
It just
cool.
made sense. And same thing with X and Y. You had the Xerneas,
Zygarde.
yeah, and you had the last one, yeah. And
Xerneas and Xerix.
whatever
Xerxes.
the fuck.
It reminds me of my brother. It reminds me of my brother's
Evil
fucking work
Tail.
company, Xerox. I
Yeah.
want to call that
But
thing.
like,
That
but, like,
freaking
but then they
bastard.
didn't do the Z. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be XYZ.
But you found the Z. You
And
found the
then-
legendary Z, and I'm just like, where the hell
And
is it
then
at?
you got Sun and Moon, the Eclipse, right?
Right?
No,
Right.
fuck us.
But we're not gonna expect it this gen, and
Yeah.
then we're gonna get them.
No. I mean, I think
Pokemon Emerald, Eclipse, Z. Okay, I'll smash
Great.
it one.
Well, question: what does come in this generation?
What do
You
you mean?
have
Does
Moon. You have Moon and Sun, right?
Right.
Are they going to make a remake after that?
Oh, that's right. What comes next?
Oh, you okay.
Here's
okay,
what I
hold
think
on,
they should
hold
do.
on, real quick.
Well, I know what
It
you
makes
would
sense
like
to go
do.
to Eclipse.
No,
Yes,
no,
it
no, no,
does.
okay,
It
no,
does
I know
make
what
sense.
you-
I
it
think
feels
it does.
okay because we've had this trend of having the next
Yes.
one in line is Platinum Diamond.
But those are too recent.
right, it feels that
Yeah.
way. But
Well,
if you
good
follow
gods,
the
we're
timeline,
old guys.
that
It's
would,
too it's too
makes
recent.
sense.
I
I think it
remember
could
playing
happen.
Platinum.
yes,
That's
exactly.
what I'm saying. Like that would be,
Yeah,
oh my God.
just
That was
like little-
one of my
just-
favorite gens was that one.
No,
Just like
it's
little-
like when nostalgia literally starts eating on itself. It's like
Yeah.
that snake eating itself. What's it called?
Pokemon was
Eating
destined
itself.
for this.
What's it called?
Let it happen.
Yeah, like there's literally like Pokemon.
Exactly.
Pokemon now has literally been like a nostalgia factor. Like
Yeah.
that's what we're still on. Literally, if they remake
And I'm eating myself.
those versions, it's like the snake eating itself.
and now I'm
It's
eating
the
myself.
Ouroboros.
Is the holy fuck? It is the Ouroboros.
Hold on. So then after
Thank
that,
you,
we're
Saul.
going to see a remake
You catch
of
one and steal an opponent?
what came after
Ouroboros is not
Black and
Pokemon,
White.
bro.
They're going to make a fucking remake
That's
of
what I'm
Black
saying.
and White.
That's what I'm saying. It's literally the
Holy
snake
shit.
eating itself. It's
God
like that's.
It insists upon itself.
It's like how many
bound to
seals is
happen.
that breaking from the like
It's bound to happen.
the
It's gonna
demons will
happen.
march out of hell now and like,
Just let it happen. It's gonna happen.
Hell has frozen over.
yeah like that happens. That's one of
The,
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 Hey,
the,
that's
the
our-
angels have fallen.
It doesn't
so-
matter because even if it shits on itself and eats it and shits its own self, it doesn't matter because we look how many games we got out of it. Even if it stops and gets shit on itself after Moon and Sun, I'm sorry. You know, if we are or our kids, they're gonna just play all the generation games that we played. So
Sun and Moon. What is this freaking the nearest and what's his name? The fourth
Astrology
Moon and
class.
Stars. Oh, yeah, there you go. That'll be the third one. Moon and
the
Stars.
legendaries will be based on the horoscopes.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much.
Cringe factor.
Pokemon Scorpio.
Scorpio.
No.
We'll have
Please.
12 of them.
Pokemon Libra.
This is when I know my
Gemini.
life would come complete full circle.
I'm telling you, the Ouroboros, the snake eating itself.
All right. That just about wraps it
Yeah,
up
that's
for
pretty much wraps it up.
any
we
other
have Milk the Milk.
Milk the Milk.
That's what Pokemon said.
Then it's working.
We have Milk the Milk Tank.
We-
Fucking roll.
Good God, Caesar.
Everybody's like, roll out. What a piece of shit move. 3 turns later. What the fuck?
Oh, Saul should know about the
I
consequences
know.
of rollout.
Oh, I know. But I came back. I made it. I came up to it.
All right. Well, we'll do a Daredevil trailer
Oh, will.
and a Batman vs Superman review. Wait.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we're gonna review Daredevil. We're gonna review Batman vs Superman.
They're gonna be their own separate reviews. Warning ahead of time, fans. There will be spoilers for the Daredevil.
Oh, both of them. There always is, but we're letting you know now.
We're letting you know.
We're letting you
We're
know.
letting you know.
We're letting you know there will be spoilers. There will be spoilers. There will be spoilers. Eli, there will be spoilers.
All right. So, yeah, that comes out, what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
2
Something
weeks.
I already watched it all.
Like that?
Oh, I'm glad. That way we can talk about spoilers.
You guys talk about spoilers, it's fine.
But yeah, we'll definitely do that. And then, yeah, we'll, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Instagram. That's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alrighty. Well, until next time, that's been another episode of, well, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.